inspiration and remind himself and his little girls that we're all part of the divine blueprint. We are not separate. We are not separate. We are one. And we come from the same source. And although we may worship differently, although we may look differently, we hold out the light. We hold out the reason that you came into this world is to shine and be that superstar that you are. And Daddy recognized that. And he gave both of these little girls opportunities that honestly they would not have had in Germany when the military father left the German Jewish woman. She was destitute. She had no money. She did what she thought she could do for these children to survive by putting them in an orphanage. Now, most of us here don't understand that, but she did the only thing she knew how to do with no resources. And because of her action, these two little girls, swept up in such a way that we would find horrifying, had a life that offered them opportunities. And they were brought into a family who loved them and cared for them, and we know that's not true with all these children. Many lived out in orphanages and abuse and were foster cared and not cared for well. And they grew up as adults that would be my mother's age now, with a lot of social skills and problems, nightmares, things of reliving the past. And yet we're all part of the same divine blueprint. I want to share in the words of Charles Fillmore through his book of Christian Healing, what he says about us being connected in this divine blueprint. The perfect idea of God, man is your true self. The God mind is under the law of thought, constantly seeking to release its perfection in you. So let's think about that in terms of God as principle, constantly releasing within us. We are the expression of that God form in all of our forms. It is your spirit, and when you ask for its guidance, place yourself by prayer and affirmation in mental touch with it. There is a great increase in the manifestation in your life. So think about this newly father adopting these children, and what is he teaching through his own wisdom? How he came to be a self-made millionaire in Bakersfield, California, through his belief system, regardless of what was out picturing in the world. And he held true to these affirmations, very strong in his church, and brought his children into this life so that they could believe in themselves with the words that we create as affirmations. The I am, the declaring and affirming for ourselves what is true for us. Not the wishy-washy, I want, I hope, maybe, if I'm really good. Instead it is, I am a child of God. I am successful. I am living the right and perfect path. I am inspiration. I am hope. I am joy. I am the divine blueprint of God. Charles says, it has back of it all the powers of being when we do affirmations, and there is nothing that it cannot do if you give it full sway and make your thoughts strong enough to express the great forces that it is seeking to express in you. You are expressing every day God, principle, in our light and our dark, in our light and our shadow selves. It is all part of the same divine blueprint. It reminds me of, many of you have heard me talk about Reverend Edwene Gaines and what a beautiful mentor she's served in my life. Well, one of the most fabulous things she does when she has a retreat is the fire walks. And as we prepare literally for our bodies to walk on fire, she has a chant that she does with us. And it goes something like this. Open your mind, See what you find. Bring it on home to your people. That's what I'm inviting us to do. To open our mind, not walk in ignorance, not pretend that we know somebody else's story. I'd never even heard of these children, these biracial children that were a product of war. And what was going on in our country was going on in Germany, was going on in France, was going on in England, where they were a secret. Well, let us open our minds. Let us see what we find in our hearts, that we can be open and accepting of someone else's journey, because we have not walked in those shoes. But if we're going to be part and claim that we are the divine blueprint of God, then we already walk in wholeness, which is why I brought this theme for this month, that we are looking at us declaring and claiming to be true, happy, healthy, and whole. Namaste.
The time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. I'm not holding it in anymore. I'm gonna shout it out loud. I understand now what I'm here for and what this life is about. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand, lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. The dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. There's a voice that I've heard for years. I learned to keep it inside. Well, now it's coming in loud and clear. I want a deeper life. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about service, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand, lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine.
This is like a workout. Up, down, up, down, up, down. So at this time, we're going to open up our hearts for our blessings. It would be our time of receiving your donations, your gifts. I want to welcome all those over the airwaves that you can do it online with us at unityofpalmharbor.org. For anybody present here, we're not going to pass a basket, but we have these beautiful little velvet patches in the back, pouches, and you can also go in our bookstore. We accept wonderful gifts, cash, whatever it is you want to do, checks, that all feels good to us. And I want to share a blessing that I believe Marilyn, wrote. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And for this, we are so very grateful for your gifts. We're so grateful that you have appeared with us today and that you're part of this community. And with that, we say thank you very much. And we're going to do our prayer for protection. Yes? Do you want to do it as a song? I like that. Didn't you do that before?
We'll do the peace song. Do you want to do the peace song first? And
Yeah,
then
let's do
prayer?
that.
All right. On earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. This be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, wherever we are, wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
We hold in our hearts and our minds that we are all part of the divine blueprint of God. And for this, we are so eternally grateful, and we are blessed. We are blessed, and so it is. Amen. Amen.